Getting closer. I want that knobby bit there, if I can get up there and have a look under. The wind is blowing me about. The object walking to here this day was to go up there and explore and see if there's any interesting caves or anything, and I'll zoom in a bit more and come back and very enticing, but I'm not up to it today. Wednesday, December 10. I've come along the line of sight of the camera up from the beach, thinking this would be a really good idea, following a track initially that soon disappeared and left me with the interesting decision: do I go back or do I push on? Well, I pushed on. It is just so interesting that there are caves maybe, or interesting things to look at just up in there. But the centre of the screen point there, it's as steep as it looks. Actually, the camera suggests otherwise. But wandering around here, all these shells and things that are eroding out of the sand dunes or limestone, or maybe just the wind is just throwing them up from the ocean down there. But it's amazing what you find when you just walk around and you think, yeah, this is pretty remote. Now, how did that get there? I need a wider lens for this, standing too close. But this is interesting here, just at the base here. It's almost as if a pathway has been cut there. Further along, I managed to find a zigzag path. It wasn't too bad, and came to the outcrop at the eastern end, but I tried to continue along. Nearly fell over in the distance there. There's that peak overhanging, but just in the foreground, the sand rises up onto those rocks there. That looks alright. You get to the other side and think, oh dear. And that was as far as I got. Maybe that's not even 45 degrees, but I think the other side of that centre mound there was a bit steeper, and it was enough for me, so I've come further along. Some sort of a channel running along the bottom up there, and this might be an easier spot to get to it. I've found a little bit of a ledge, and above that it suddenly gets dramatically steeper again. Let's come in a little bit. I should be using manual iris, shouldn't I? It's hard to convey the degree of overhang that's up there, like a diving board. What I'm going to try and do is come up from the beach up to that big rock in the centre there, go around the left of that, or right, whatever's easier, then on an angle upwards to the right up to that bluff there, because it looks like there might be a path the lower side of the bluff there on an angle that runs up and maybe gets me up onto that area running along below the cliff. I think there might be a bit of a walkway immediately at the bottom of the cliff. We shall see. There's my rock. That's what I'm aiming for along the bottom. Jeez, it's just stunning, that. A little further east of where I tried to climb up, I didn't get much further than that big rock. Yeah. Body and mind is just not up to that. Every time I kicked a reasonably roundish rock, down it went, all the way. No, just make trouble for emergency services coming to look for what's left of me. Anyway, further east, there's this bluff, which I've had a look at before on the other side at least, but there's a bit of a track that comes up, a little bit of a gully in that here. And that might go to the top, but on the way up I've been distracted. The basalt rocks with the limestone sitting on top of them. I need to go over here a little bit, I think, to see a good spot. Don't fall over. Yeah, let's zoom back the other way a little bit. You see the limestone just running up on an angle there, sitting on the basalt. Basalt has this bluish colour. Let's keep going and see how far I get. I have reached the top, and that is Cape Nelson there in the distance. Probably got a lot of wind noise. That rise of sand in the centre there, that's where the Great Southwest Walk drops down from Cape Nelson and runs along the beach to the right. Oh, what's that, 4 or 5 k's before going back inland again. And it doesn't surprise me why it does that. I've got some exploring to do inland. I think I might have found a way to do that, but here, if I want to go exploring back along the coast westwards, back towards Cape Bridgewater, yeah, good luck on that. A bit further down the slope, you can picked the line of the gully sort of just to the left of the rock bluff there. And you can just see from this angle, that was a bit aggressive. Cape Bridgewater there. It looks okay up there, but oh gee, the reality is